Hey, look, you're back in the lounge. Nobody ever really comes back. Good for you. This is Bob Garfield. This is the lounge, a place where digital leaders get to talk, and I get to talk back. Today's guest is Jason Burnham, who is a partner in MindTime.
Correct.
And I'm going to just read a line from your website. By accurately locating people within MindTime's phenomenological framework of thinking, GPS for the mind consistently predicts people's patterns of behavior.
Correct.
What a crock of I mean, tell me why that could possibly be true. Consistently predicts people's patterns of behavior across all categories of human enterprise.
Across all categories of human behavior.
Okay, and how?
So with the MindTime has actually spent the past 20 years scientifically validating a framework for understanding how people think and what drive their behavior. So what MindTime tells us is that as a species, we've evolved the ability to imagine future possibilities and outcomes that have yet to occur, to draw on past experiences and learn from them, or to develop strategies for managing things in the present. Now, these are the three most fundamental thoughts us humans can conceive of. And even though human cognition involves all three forces of thinking, each of us differ in the degree that we utilize each. Differences that we measure within the GPS for the mind. And what we call, when we actually do that measurement, that's known as somebody's thinking style. And that thinking style tells us how people perceive the world, what motivates them, as well as what drives their behavior.
All right. Now, it seems to me that since at least the early 50s at McCann Erickson, the marketing industry has tried to slice and dice human behavior in various ways. And then later, the whole science of psychographics, which I think began at Stanford, it began to emerge. And there are many a commercial product that breaks people down from VALS, value and lifestyle research, to media-based research that's supposed to be indicate your worldview, your mentality, your way of approaching things. Tell me why your method of understanding mentality is going to be any more I'm sorry, that's not the right word, availing to marketers than all of these previous ones, which really have never been proven to move the needle.
Sure. So when you look at all of the other methodologies, and a lot of those methodologies were used for psychographics as well as behavioral profiling today, it all operates on trait-based personality, right? So it observes people from the outside looking in. Our methodology uses phenomenological psychology, which studies people from their point of view. So by understanding somebody from their point of view, it provides much greater accuracy in understanding and building predictive models around how they're going to perceive things.
And by what magical algorithm or alchemy do you achieve this?
So it's actually not, well, there is algorithms, but in order to map somebody's thinking style, there's actually 9 questions or statements that people answer in order to map what their thinking style is.
Give me some of them.
Oh, so to give you an example, so some of those statements might be, and just so you're aware, there's actually, you can drill down to 64 different archetypes. So there's different questions such as, do people see you as organized or structured? Are you known for innovation or invention? Do you think things through deeply before making a decision, right? So it's those types of questions, and based on how people answer those questions, we'll identify exactly what their thinking style is.
And how do you get people to answer those questions? Are they actually are they carjacked and taken to a lab and hooked up to really scary machinery, or
not at all?
Do they fill out surveys online?
Well, yes. So currently, that's what telepathy is. So telepathy is ultimately the commercialization of the MindTime model. And what we do is we take these questions and we plug them into surveys such as brand studies or doing sentiment analysis through social. So, for example, through a brand study, by identifying somebody's thinking style in the context of how they're answering other questions, we start to clearly understand how thinking style based on the creative messaging that they were exposed to and the level of frequency, how thinking style is influencing how, how well that message resonated with them in lifting all of those different branding metrics. And based on some of the research we've already seen is that thinking style actually has greater influence than demographics, and in some cases 3 to 4 times greater than demographics. So even the different criteria that marketers are using for persona development, needs to really take it to the next level in order to really message and build relationships with consumers.
And are you going to accumulate dossiers, mental dossiers of me and, let's say, 300 million other Americans over time, and that will follow me all around the internet for the rest of my natural life?
As it stands currently, that is not in the plans for our business. We're really here to provide the licensing of the methodology and the technology to allow marketers to utilize that information however they would like, but we're not actually building databases or building our own data warehouses of thinking styles.
Okay, is the marketing world cumulatively going to create dossiers for everybody so that you'll have what information I volunteer, you'll have my IP, you'll have my behavioral, you'll be able to track me behaviorally online, and plus you will have this that I volunteered, which gives you a window into my thinking?
Yes. So I do see that as being a very strong possibility if somebody licensing the technology.
I'm sorry, tell me why that shouldn't scare the living out of me?
Sure, absolutely. So we're actually very big on transparency, and we're all about inviting the consumer into the marketing process. So there's a value exchange that occurs here. When somebody actually takes the survey, we provide them with a full analysis of their thinking style and how they communicate in the world, how they are in different relationships, how they form their value systems, how they are in different leadership roles based on those thinking styles. And understanding, the understanding to the consumer is that marketers are going to use this information to provide you with the proper information or the different types of products that are going to be that you're going to be most receptive to. And in many cases, based on those thinking styles, some thinking styles require much deeper information before they can make an informed decision. So that's what it's all about. It's all about trying to communicate to those different thinking styles how they need to.
I got to tell you, I feel funny about surrendering my social security number. I'm not giving anybody any of my DNA, and you're asking me to surrender a mind print, so I'll have something to, it's like a parlor game at a cocktail party, right? Is there a value exchange there? Tell me, is it just for the fun of finding out what my mind print is that I get to give it to Procter & Gamble?
Sure. No, not at all. What our greater mission is bringing this level of awareness to the world. And we found that, the more people have an understanding of their thinking style, right, their spouse's thinking style, their kids' thinking styles, their family, their friends, the deeper those relationships can be formed, and the more effective communication just between individuals can develop. And even within companies and organizations and how they structure, greater efficiency can be created once you actually understand those distribution of thinking styles.
I want you to pretend that I'm not me. And I know that's hard because, it's kind of an overwhelming thing for a mere mortal to be in the lounge. I get that. But pretend it's not me. Pretend it's Senator Al Franken.
Sure.
Who, if he gets wind of this, will drop absolutely everything to shut you down and maybe send you to Guantanamo. Are you going to be able to sell Al Franken on this?
I believe so.
Want to bet?
Sure.
Okay. I'll bet you $1.
Okay.
Jason, it's great to talk to you. Thank you for coming into the lounge.
Thank you. Jason
Burnham is about to leave the lounge because he has to. That's just the rules. And another one of the rules is you have to leave too. This is Bob Garfield. Beat it.